ago, a friend told me that if I wanted or needed recognition, I was in the wrong profession. In fact, if you choose to work with troubled students, thank yous are few and far between, and most occur many years after the fact. Now, being recognized by one's university, especially as one as large and as prestigious as the University of Maryland at College Park, is nothing less than amazing. It is so unlikely that I'm here at all. I struggled to learn to read in elementary school, and I dropped out of college in 1970. But three things happened. I enlisted in the Air Force, met my future wife, Margaret, and attended the University of Maryland on the GI Bill. I started taking classes at University College at Andrews Air Force Base. I completed my second BA degree at the College of Education, where I was fortunate to study with Drs. Atkins and Rushkin, and it was Dr. Jim Greenberg who placed me at Shugart Junior High School. He was looking for student teachers who wanted the most difficult teaching assignment. I did go to Shugart, and I student taught in a temporary that one morning the heating unit burst into flames. From Shugart to Crosby Junior High School, where my classroom was a dressing room to the stage, to Rose School at American University, where I had the privilege of working with Dr. Nicholas Long, and then principal and director of City Light School, a school founded by Marion Wright Edelman at the Children's Defense Fund. Then to the public schools in North Carolina as principal, associate superintendent, and superintendent. One morning back in the 80s, I was at 7-Eleven on Rhode Island Avenue in Hyattsville, and from across the store, Jim Greenberg yelled at me, "Bert, when are you returning to the university to study for your doctorate?" It never occurred to me to study for my doctorate until that morning. 2 years ago, while I was superintendent of Franklin County Schools in North Carolina, right after I negotiated a 4-year contract, Marion Wright Edelman called me and asked me to return to Washington as Director of Policy and Lead Coordinator for the Cradle to Prison Pipeline campaign. 2 months later, I was promoted to Interim Chief Operating Officer. Finally, a little over a year ago, I was appointed Superintendent of Catholic Schools for the Archdiocese of Washington by Cardinal Wuerl. It was an extraordinary opportunity to marry my profession with my religious vocation. I would not be here if it were not for the giants and mentors I've had the privilege of learning from and working with. Here at the university, Judith Rushkins, Dr. Atkins, Gene Hepler, Eric Seidman, Jim Greenberg, Stephen Selden, Ira Berlin, Barbara Interligator, and especially my dissertation advisor, Peter L'Homme. Throughout my career, I've had awesome mentors: Judy Silver, founder of City Light School; Marion Wright Edelman, founder and president of the Children's Defense Fund; John Johnson, former professor at the University of District of Columbia; Superintendents Andy Overstreet, now at North Carolina State University; Bill Harrison, now chair of the North Carolina State Board of Education; and Ann Denlinger, now director of the Wake County Partnership for Children. And lastly, my good friend and mentor, Diane Carter, who was the first to get on the train in Franklin County. Now I have the privilege of working for and with Cardinal Wuerl, Kelly Brannaman, and Tom Burnford, each mentors who daily make a difference for the least of our brothers and sisters. After 36 years in education, I have only had one goal throughout my career: all students walking across the stage at graduation with choices. Choices because they were prepared for college and for work. I know that we are not supposed to have favorites, but I do. Students who struggle learning to read, students who are poor, students who could not behave in class, students who are in trouble with the law, students who are excluded because of the color of their skin or the language they speak. Well, you get the point. It never mattered what job I had favorites, and they had names: Nathan, Jay, Bobby, Nello, Robert, Pam, Tyrone, David, Jose, Mitchell, Sheila, and many, many more. Each one with a story, each one beating the odds. A sincere thank you to Susan DePlatchett, Peter L'Homme, and Phil Burke for nominating me for the Clarence Newell Award. You must understand how unlikely a candidate I am. Thank you for recognizing the work that I have been involved in. I would not be here without the love and support of my wife, Margaret, my 3 daughters, Janice, Adrian, and Julie. They made it possible for me to go to school, study hard, and work long hours. Thank you to my grandsons, my oldest, Joseph, who is with us here this evening, and Jack and James and Luke. They remind me every day the importance of good teachers. 36 years and counting. We're not done. There's so much more work to do. Thank you again. I cannot begin to tell you how grateful I am to receive the Clarence Newell.